Joined the Marine Corps 2009. After I got back from Afghanistan, I was isolated. I was depressed. I was suicidal. I was like, okay, something has to change. Didn't know that that thing was going to be surfing. I was born and raised in LA, and I realized from a young age that the best place in the world was the beach. My dad always had boats. We were in the water fishing and stuff. Every kid either wants to be a marine biologist or I don't know, something with horses. Yeah, astronauts, I guess. I don't know. I watched a special on the military channel called Making Marines at Parris Island, and I fell in love with it. The Marine Corps is really good at advertising. Dude that climbs a mountain, slays a dragon, turns into Marine dress blues afterwards. Yeah, it got me. I convinced my parents to sign the papers when I was 17. After that, you're pretty much emancipated. I finished my senior year, and then I shipped off to Parris Island, and from there, through combat training and MOS school, got to the fleet, Yuma, Arizona, my first deployment. I was an O-231 intelligence specialist, an expert on enemy weapons, tactics, training. We brief our Marines on what to expect. I got to do some cool stuff, and I was lucky to work with a really good unit at the end of my career. In addition to being in the Marine Corps and going to Afghanistan, the most traumatic thing was being sexually assaulted by another Marine. A lot of people go into the military at very young ages. They don't know how to handle those traumatic experiences. When you can't say anything about what's really going on, you just drink that stuff down. Yeah, I did it for a long time. Too long. Mentally, I don't think I was prepared for life outside of the Marine Corps. After I got back from Afghanistan, it was just a combination of moving to a new place on my own. I went through a breakup with somebody who I was certain I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I had no friends, I had nothing to do, and so I was very reclusive. That's how it felt coming back. It feels like you just went through all of this and nobody else has any concept of what you've experienced. I sat in my place and I cried. I didn't think that anything could feel worse. I would like text and drive intentionally. Like, oh, it wouldn't be like the worst thing if I crashed and died. The majority of my family I haven't talked to in a long time, but my dad was one of the people that would call me and check in on me, and I spent a lot of time on the beach, actually. I think the exposure and watching people surf was like, okay, I'm gonna get a surfboard, I'm gonna get a wetsuit, I'm gonna commit to this. I'm doing it. There was a Veterans Resources event at my college.
She just came up and looked at our booth, looked at me and said, I'm a veteran, I just moved here and I want to surf. And I said, put your name down, I'll call you this week.
I remember my eyes welling up with tears and thinking, oh my God, this is exactly what I need. Maybe this will be something that keeps me here.
Change, other side. I want you to drop your head all the way back. Hands to be fingers, hands to be fists.
Formulated Operation Surf in 2009. to introduce surfing, the ocean, to allow a life to be redirected and to, I guess, experience joy that doesn't come artificially through drugs or alcohol or seeking adrenaline.
We don't expect them to do anything, pay for anything. We provide equipment, wetsuit, surfboard. We provide training, so we're giving them all the ocean knowledge. They're being coached and trained through this whole process.
And the intention of the program is to give veterans that community and bring people together.
We're not a substitute for therapy, but there is something really healing and something positive about just being in the water.
The study was done with over 100 past participants of Operation Surf. Upon finishing the program, the decrease of PTSD was 36%, the decrease in depression was 47%, self-efficacy increase was 68%.
I wouldn't have been able to just fall into just any group. This is a special one.
With our week-long program, it's this huge thing, everybody's on such a big high, and then sometimes they can go back to places and relationships and circumstances that are negatively impacting them. And so with the 6-month program, we tried to create an environment where there is a real relationship built that people can come back to and can come out of that isolation.
Started surfing with Dan in OS6, and we surf 3 days a week. You have to commit to being at least like 50 surf sessions. I've probably only missed like 5 sessions ever since then.
I look at her and I just see myself in her when I got out of the military and was kind of transitioning out. And there's just a lot that women veterans go through and don't have a place to really process their unique struggles.
Ash came in and she was alone. Being alone is it's a really hard place to be. When she found like there's a group, I want to be in it.
So, lots of whitewater.
I had heard that we got a new veteran. I was kind of intimidated, to be honest with you. She had kind of like this prowess.
She has a desire for surfing that is undeniably changing her life.
You want a good life, you should make one.
We call her the frothing Grom. If you ever spend time around her when she's around the ocean, she just bubbles over with excitement.
But I can't hear you, no, no, no. I can't hear you, no, no, no.
It's like she can't even contain her need to get in the water.
Okay, all right.
Let's go. Oh, it's so good.
They're giving us what we need to be surfers, like to go out and surf and be successful. We're getting instruction over an extended period of time with people like Van and Dan who have been surfing for years. And they train us to look at the weather forecast and conditions and
Yeah, there you go.
how to function with etiquette in the water.
She rips. She's doing things to make her a better surfer.
With surfing, you're having all these new experiences, and I want more of those. I want to surf new places. I want to do different things on my surfboard and try new stuff.
Surfing is hard. Especially with Ash, there's definitely a sense of wanting to go bigger and greater all the time. And so I have to be the the bad guy sometimes and say like, that is literally and figuratively over your head. I love teaching veterans to surf because they're not afraid. She often talks about how surfing was hard today, but I had my friends and it was a good day. That's the atmosphere that we're hoping to create.
It's the most healthy environment I've ever been in. It's an environment where people can speak up and say, hey, I'm not feeling okay. Or, you know, hey, it's tough right now, I need some help.
The miracle starts to happen by being able to share the truth of what's going on.
I feel like for the first time in a long time that I'm the most emotionally and mentally equipped to deal with things because of surfing, because of the community that I have now. The things that I'm coping with have become easier.
There's just layer upon layer of ways that surfing as a group consistently just gets us out of our own heads. It creates this ability to be in the moment and to not worry about the stuff that we have to worry about.
If I could speak to another veteran directly, I would say, don't sit and stew in silence by yourself. Go outside, breathe some fresh air, take off your shoes and your socks, touch grass or sand or just rocks, the earth. Ground yourself, reach out. Say something to somebody. Go surfing.
Operation Surf definitely saved me.
It's still hard, it's gonna be hard at times, but this is the first time in 10 years that I've been able to not go into a self-destructing mode. I'm happier now. Surfing has opened a lot of my other horizons. I want to go to school. I want to be an advocate for the ocean and for sea life. To be an advocate for other veterans and for women. That path towards wellness and mental health is the one that I need to be on. We're all just trying to work on ourselves, using the ocean for our own personal healing, and it's working.
Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Keep it locked here on WSL for all the action. And don't forget to subscribe, watch more videos, and leave a comment below.